Hello, and welcome to Colorado Mesa University TV News. I'm Daniel Files.
And I'm Ashlyn and Daniel.
As classes quickly breach upon midterms, students also have the chance to make their vote count. Election day is around the corner, and our candidates were hard at work with the first presidential debate taking place just last week. According to NBC, of the viewers who watched, 52% of likely voters believe Hillary Clinton can claim the win. Donald Trump starting off the debate season subpar, with 20% of viewers choosing him as the first debate winner. Also listed was the 26% of viewers who felt that neither candidate accomplished a win. Although the first debate is over, candidates still have a few weeks left to gain popularity and show America why they're the best option to vote for.
Colorado Mesa University continues to grow, and the newest addition coming to campus is a social research center. The goal of the new research center is to be a regional resource with an impact felt statewide. And the first project for the center was a collaboration with CMU, Rocky Mountain PBS, and Franklin and Marshall College in Pennsylvania. Together they have created the CMU RMPBS poll tracking Coloradans' opinions on public affairs, politics, as well as the current election. Here for more information about the poll results are the members of CMU's Political Science Club.
Rocky Mountain PBS and Colorado Mesa University's Social Research Center partnered with the Center for Opinion Research at Franklin and Marshall College to conduct a poll of voters in Colorado for the upcoming election. The poll was conducted September 14th through the 18th.
Questions covered the presidential and U.S. Senate races, as well as ballot initiatives and amendments to the Colorado State Constitution.
The findings showed Democrat nominee Hillary Clinton ahead of Republican nominee Donald Trump among likely voters in Colorado, with a 44% to 35% margin. That margin shrinks 41% to 34% when Libertarian Gary Johnson and Green Party nominee Jill Stein are included. This poll has a plus or minus 6.3% sample error for likely voters.
Though neither major party candidate is especially popular, registered voters find Trump less favorable than Clinton. Trump leads among non-college educated whites, fundamentalist Christians, and those who rate President Obama's job performance as only fair or poor. Trump has a strong showing in the northeast, south, and central regions of the state. Clinton, on the other hand, leads among college-educated whites, non-whites, and women with support in the west and Denver regions of Colorado.
The poll also shows incumbent Senator Michael Bennet leading his Republican opponent, Darrell Glenn, 45% to 32%. Unlike Clinton and Trump, Bennet is considered more favorable than unfavorable, and a majority of voters rate his job performance as excellent or good. Glenn's favorability and unfavorability ratings were close to even, though many voters feel as though they do not know enough about him.
4 state ballot issues were included in the survey. Proposition 106, which would legalize medical aid in dying, is supported by 70% of registered voters. Amendment 69, which would set up statewide health care, is the most opposed, garnering only 30% support. Amendment 70, which would raise the state minimum wage, is supported by 58% of registered voters, while Amendment 71, which would restrict the amendment process, is supported by 52%.
This has been a Colorado Mesa University Political Science Moment,
where we make sense of Colorado politics.
Colorado Mesa University's Associated Student Government is sparking quite a controversy with a new bill being proposed at the last 2 meetings with the Allocations Committee and the Senate. The bill suggests pay cuts collectively totaling $11,500 and the cutting and merging of office positions. The pushback from different organizations and attendants left the room in high intensity and heated discussion. The bill has not yet passed. However, at the end of the meeting last week, ASG President Josh Dillinger was able to persuade a majority support by the end.
James and the Giant Peach opens up at the Moss Performing Arts Center Robinson Theater this Friday, October 6th. The cast and crew have worked tirelessly throughout the semester to recreate Roald Dahl's classic children's novel. Staff and student rush tickets are only $5 a person and can be purchased the day or evening of the show. Non-rush tickets go for $7 a student, $20 for adults, and $16 for seniors. The show will open at 7:30 on October 6th, but that won't be your only chance to see it. There are also 2 matinee showings on October 2nd and 8th, and those go on at 2 p.m.
Continuing on the stage next week is fraternity Kappa Sigma, recently pairing up with a local drag entertainment group alongside Colorado Mesa University's Gay Straight Alliance. Kappa Sigma president James Smith Allen plans to help raise money for Moji, a local support group for marginalized orientation, gender identity, and intersex people. The event is scheduled to be at Barron's Bar here in Grand Junction on October 12th. It will be an 18-plus venue, cover fee to apply at the door, and the festivities start promptly at 9 p.m. that evening.
This has been a fantastic semester so far, with more exciting news to come next week. Thank you for tuning in to Colorado Mesa University TV. We leave you now with the first Keeping Up with Foster of the semester.
Hi, and welcome to our first weekly update with President Tim Foster. My name is Carly Hanley, and I'm the Director of Communications and your host today. And welcome, Tim Foster, to the studio. How's your day going?
Very well, thanks.
Good. So today we're just going to kind of get to know the president. It's our first episode of the semester for the 2016 fall semester. So today I just want to ask you, where are you from?
Well, I was born and raised right here in River City, Grand Junction.
And where did you go to school?
What level of school do we want to know about?
College.
College. I went off to Ohio, a little school called Kenyon College in Mount Vernon, Ohio.
What did you study?
I studied economics, and I played football while I was there.
Is that a D2 school?
D3. It's a Division III that plays in the Ohio Valley Conference.
Very nice. What position did you play?
I was a cornerback and a safety.
Nice. And do you feel like the degree that you got is beneficial for your career now?
You know, I learned it was a classic liberal arts college. Wrote a lot and took a variety of courses, and so it taught me what you talk about, which is critical thinking and the ability to communicate and the ability to take on challenges and all those sorts of things. So it was a good education, yeah.
Good. And after college, did you move right back to Grand Junction, or where was your first job?
No, I went to law school at the University of Denver, and then also attended the School of Mines and worked on my master's in mineral economics.
Very nice.
So once I finished up, then I lived in Denver for a little bit of time, and then my father passed away, and so I had young brothers. One was in middle school and the other was in high school, and so I moved back here to help my mom raise those two hellions.
Hellions.
Oh, they were a handful.
Very nice. And what was your first job?
Practicing law. You mean after school or
Yes,
first
after
job
school.
ever?
After school.
Okay. Yeah, I went into the practice of law here in Grand Junction for, practiced for 10 or 15, 20 years.
And who were you working for? What were
My
you
own
doing?
firm, started
Your
a
firm.
firm, Foster, Larson, Leish and Griff. We had a criminal lawyer, we had a bankruptcy lawyer, we had a litigator, and then I did all the commercial work for us.
Very nice. And at what point did you get involved with Colorado Mesa, or at that point, Mesa State?
Well, actually, I was, what was it? I had the governor, who was newly elected in, 1992, 94, called and asked me if I'd like to run the Department of Higher Ed. So I said, yeah, that would be interesting. Actually, it was 96. And so then we moved to Denver for 6 or 7 years while I ran the Department of Higher Ed for this state. And then, after having run the department for a while, schools started contacting me and expressing interest as a president. I actually had thought, okay, I'll do that for a while and then go back to practicing law, but
We're
such
here.
was not the case, and here I am, and apparently it's working okay.
Great. It is working okay, I think. I think you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. That's very nice.
So what do you like to do right now? Like, besides being president of Mesa, kind of what do you do outside of this face that everyone sees on campus?
Well, I don't know. I think you see the same face. You know, it's pretty much a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week sort of job, well, except for Sundays. We try to hold Sundays out, but even then, you know, with some sort of plays, music, sports, something. There's always seems to be something going on. But I run into students all around town, on campus, all over the place. You know, you run into our students in Denver, and I've run into them in Washington, D.C. I've run into them in Los Angeles and Salt Lake, you know, so you're always, and I'm just, you know, I'm kind of the same person all the time. What you see is what you get.
Do you want to tell me about your kids? You have 4
I
boys,
have 4
right?
boys, yeah. 3 of them went here. 2 of them have graduated. Then one of them's at the School of Mines, and one of them is still here. The oldest is now in law school at the University of Wyoming.
Very nice. And your wife?
My sweet wife, who rules the roost, is so happy when they come home and so sad when they leave. But no, she keeps us all those ducks in a huddle.
Is there anything that you enjoy that you do like on a regular basis that kind of helps you relax and you enjoy to do?
Well, you know, exercise. I try to get a swim, or I ride my bike. I ride my bike to and from work most days. Although as it gets darker and darker, I rode in this morning, you know, and at whatever time, 5:30 in the morning, it's a little dark and it was a little stormy. But, you know, at some point it'll get too cold to do that. And that's a nice stress reliever. It's a nice wake up, you know, riding in. And it's a nice stress reliever riding out. But swimming and then skiing in the winter. And my wife doesn't let me play soccer, those sorts of sports anymore. I tore my Achilles when we were in Denver, and
Oh no.
she doesn't want to go through that recovery again. So.
Very nice. Well, is there anything else that you want the students of Colorado Mesa to know about you?
I just think I think they get a great opportunity for an education here, very comparable to one that I paid a lot more money for. And I think that's what we try to stay focused on, which is small class sizes and faculty who really love to teach. You know, you never want to have that faculty reaction with one of our students that says, I don't have time for you. And I think universally that's not the case. I think our faculty embrace that role and are always really engaged and interested and involved with our students. So I would say take advantage of the opportunity, right?
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today in the studio, and make it a great day, Mavericks.
Thanks, Carly.